Now, the Forum of German-Speaking Namibians, in partnership with the Hanns Seidel Foundation, will be hosting a business seminar on Saturday, the 20th of September, and that will be taking place right here in the capital city, Windhoek. The event is expected to run from 8:30, that is, of course, until 1 o'clock, under the theme Enhancing Namibia's Competitiveness Through Ease of Doing Business. The seminar brings together experts, innovators, and policymakers to explore ways of improving Namibia's business environment. And for that conversation, we're now joined by Harald Hecht, who is the chairperson of the Forum of German-Speaking Namibians. Well, good morning, sir, and thank you so much for joining us in studio.
Good morning, Tapewa. Thank you for inviting me. It's always an honor and a privilege to be here.
All right. First things first, why is the ease of doing business such an important topic for Namibia at this point in time?
Because we performing badly on that index. If I can maybe just elaborate a little bit, Namibia is doing very well on a lot of indices. For instance, press freedom, investor. It's an attractive investment destination in Africa because we've got stability, we've got regular transition of power, we've got an independent judiciary. But then when investors come here, they are frustrated in the slow progress of their applications, the regulations being imposed on them. And then secondly, in Namibia, if we are very honest, we tend to have a capacity problem. You know, with the thousands of investors that are looking at Namibia, thousands is maybe a little bit exaggerated, but there are hundreds. And I can confirm that they are really looking at Namibia because of geopolitical events worldwide. Namibia is deemed to be considered as a safe haven, so they're looking at Namibia. So we have to pick those low-hanging fruits, and make it easier for them to come and invest in Namibia. And we are undercapacitated in a lot of institutions. We don't seem to have a common vision on how we can make the investors feel welcome and find their feet as quickly as possible. Also, if I compare it to other countries in Africa.
Yeah, but what would you say are some of the key challenges currently holding back investment and business growth in Namibia?
It's a lack of capacity, and it's a lack of common vision, and it's a lack of service delivery. A lot of the, it's maybe also corruption that is playing a role there. It's a lot of the things that our current president, Her Excellency President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, has addressed: service delivery, number one, undercapacitated, and she's also said that we have to improve on the ease of doing business.
Yeah. The seminar includes presentations from economists, investors, and also the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board. What kind of insights are expected from the speakers?
I must emphasize at this point in time that the tonality of the seminar is going to be friendly and open and frank. It's not going to be a session where accusations are being leveled. It's more identifying problems and finding a commonality and finding a solution-driven approach going forward. And I think it's the first time in a long time that the public and the private sectors are getting together. It's long overdue. So it's a start of a process. We will not find all the solutions in one day, obviously. We want to have this on a regular basis, maybe a follow-up in 6 months' time, but it's an important start where we just maybe portray the message: private and public sector are looking together at problems of common interest.
Is this the first of its kind?
Well, it's definitely the first of its kind in a long time, and it's long overdue.
Yeah. How does the forum see its role contributing to Namibia's competitiveness and also its entire economic growth?
You see, that's one of our key objectives, and we want to maintain and even improve on Namibia's standing as an investment destination worldwide. You know, we've got the regular transition of peace, we've got of power, we've got peace, although our social peace is maybe in jeopardy with all the high unemployment rates. And this is why we need the investors to come in so that we can bridge that gap between the poor and the rich, and that we can improve on the Gini coefficient where Namibia is performing very badly, as we also know. Which is a reality. So the forum sees itself as a catalyst, and this is why we saw it as important that we drive this process and we get together the public and the private sectors, not talking about each other, but talking to each other and finding common solutions.
Yeah. Why should entrepreneurs, especially the small and the medium businesses, pay attention to the discussions that will be taking place tomorrow?
Because there's a lot of frustration in the private sector. with the public sector and probably also vice versa. I think we're not understanding each other, and there's a lot of frustration building up, and we can't afford that frustration. We have to look at the solutions where we can make things easier for investors. But if I talk about ease of doing business, it's not just a problem within the public sector. Don't get me wrong. Also in the private sector, if I look at our banking sectors and our insurance sectors, our service delivery leaves a lot to be desired, and that's something we need to work at. What investors want, and that is maybe an important point, is certainty, and we are lacking that certainty. We've got a Namibia Employment Equity Bill still hanging, not finalized. The Investment Promotion Bill hanging, not finalized. There's the Communal Land Bill now being tabled in Parliament in September. We need finality on the policies because investors need certainty. And then there's another one, and that is the it's escaped my mind now, but I'll get to it just now. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So in your view, how can government and the private sector work more closely together just to create a closer and
Yes.
stronger investor-friendly environment?
Okay. The fourth one that I wanted to mention is the green visa, the green visa, where benchmarks are being identified and defined for investors on when they get their permanent residence, what they have to do. How public and private sector can just get together and establish that common vision and have that regular dialogue. That is, it's honesty, and it's that common vision that our president is talking about that we need to establish here.
So who can attend this seminar?
It's open to the public. It's specifically aimed at professional people like accountants and lawyers as well. Obviously, all institutions have been invited. We've had already confirmations from the Namibia Revenue Authority, from the Master of the High Court, from the Ministry of Home Affairs, from the NIPDB. All the important stakeholders in the public institutions will be there. And then our members are obviously have also been targeted, but it's open to the public at large. We've still got capacity to take on people that will may decide on short notice to attend this event. And it's, once again, I stress it, it's a start of a process to be continued.
All right. Any final remarks before we let you go, sir?
No, I'm just looking forward to a full house tomorrow. If there are people that still want to attend, they can. The contact details are on Facebook, on where they can confirm their attendance. Otherwise, just rock up the Namibian way and just attend.
Where is it taking place again?
It's at the Gemeindezentrum Foundation. That is at the corner of Simon Shixulingeni and Dr. W. Kult Street, near the old Air Namibia head office and near the Game Shopping Center. I think everybody will know it. Also very close to the Hotel Marigold and New Era newspaper. It's in that facility. It's on the corner, Simeon Shixulingeni, Dr. W. Kult Street.
All right. Well, Mr. Hecht, thank you so much for joining us on Good Morning Namibia, and all the best with tomorrow's event.
Thank you very much for having me, Tapewa.
All right.